Okay, they want to hear.
What's going on, guys? So in this video we're going to start off with a couple exhaust clips and a couple pulls in the Huracan with the ARMYTRIX exhaust. Now in these videos it sounds a lot quieter than it is in person and a lot less intense, but when you hear it in person it's a whole nother beast, but you can kind of get a good idea of what it's like. So let's jump into these clips, and then at the end, right after the clips, we will do a Q&A off the questions you guys asked me on Instagram. So let's get to it. This in person, it's so much louder, but this will have to do. Okay, ready for some pops? Okay. Once we get to okay, ready for some pop-ups? Yeah. Pretty discreet with the wrap too. Yeah. That's good. So I wanted to show you guys what it costs to maintain the Lamborghini. So this was an oil change I just got. There we go. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. Let's see for that. And then we got labor down here, 200 bucks, parts 197. Comes out to, focus, $415.53. But that's a lot lower than most people thought. Now, this wasn't through a Lamborghini dealership, but a place that specializes in Lamborghinis, and where I took it to get my exhaust, my rims on the GTR, the exhaust on the GTR, so everything. So it's not super expensive, but thought you guys would be interested to see that, because a lot of people think it costs tons to do oil changes and whatnot on these cars. A little bit more expensive than normal. The oil by itself is 150 bucks because it's 8 quarts or something like that. I don't know how much it was, but let's jump into a Q&A now. So I posted something on Instagram asking you guys to ask me anything. So there's going to be some entrepreneurship questions, some Amazon, some affiliate marketing, some personal stuff, some cars. We'll get into it. So see you guys one sec. What's going on, guys? I hope you enjoyed those car clips. There will be a lot more to come. I'm going to put a GoPro on the back of the car so you can hear it a lot better. This camera right here didn't pick up the audio too well for cars. It was almost too loud at one point. Again, videos don't do it justice, so wait till I get a GoPro on the back. It'll be insane. I'll get some GTR clips, some SVR clips, and some more Huracan clips. But let's jump into this Q&A where you guys ask me questions on Instagram. Now, I'm going to attempt to pronounce people's names. I will get them wrong. Who asks? So, Evan Zumwalde already asks, how do you know if a product on Amazon is gated? For example, the lockpicks are gated, but they're under the category tools and home improvement, which is not gated. So lockpick sets aren't gated, they're a restricted product. So if you type in Amazon restricted products and scroll through the list, you'll see lockpicking devices, or lockpick set, or I think it's lockpicking devices, is one of the ones that is gated. Now, I'm going to try and do most of these pretty quickly since there are a lot. Now, I will not answer everyone's. We had 90 questions. We'll probably do about 20. So, what do you see in the future of Amazon? Will Amazon buying Whole Foods affect us as sellers? Amazon is going to try and dominate every niche, trying to become a monopoly. As far as government regulating that, I don't know what point they'll jump in, but I don't think it'll ever affect us as sellers, really. I see what they're doing with Whole Foods. They're going to try and do that in every niche, get one of the big players and kind of take that over if it works with what their goal is at the moment. As of Whole Foods really affecting us, unless you're selling in grocery and whatnot, I don't see it affecting you at all. Let's see. And that was from Entrepreneur Next Door. Let's see. We got Dude of DC, and he says, in the beginning, did you ever have any hesitation prior to beginning your Amazon seller journey? I'm still doing research and watching your videos in preparation to begin as the Amazon seller, but can't pull the trigger. Yes. It's always, you're always going to have that. You're never going to feel ready. I definitely had it, but I'm one to kind of just jump in, and that's why I think one of the reasons I'm successful is I jump in quick, sometimes a little too quick, but the whole thing about being successful is just taking action. How many times have you heard someone say, oh, I had that idea, but then someone else did it, but I had that idea first? It doesn't matter. 1,000 people had that idea. You're not special. It's the person who did it. I'm not special. Like, I'm not smart because I came up and created this and did this. I just went and did it because no one else did because they're too scared to. So that's the big thing. It's all about taking action on it. Richard Hernandez says, fitness question, how important do you feel stretching is before, during, after a workout? Never stretch before you lift. You can actually get injured that way. Do foam rolling, kind of warm up movements, but don't stretch. Don't do any static stretching. During, same thing. I wouldn't do any. After, that's a good time to do it if you want to. I would recommend it. I would look into foam rolling. Richard, one more time, says, when you're driving in your Huracan, do you get a lot of road noise? If so, how bad do you think it would be on a long drive? The road noise is not bad at all. I have my radio on at all times. The only noise is the engine's kind of right behind you, and it's almost like a, you know the sound of a supercharger? It almost sounds like that, but it's just the engine noise, but it's not annoying, and you don't really notice it unless you're going kind of fast and maintaining that. I've taken it to San Diego, which is like an hour-and-a-half drive, and it didn't bother me at all. Seats are a tiny bit stiff, but not bad at all, especially for an exotic car. Big Kurt says, why did you start selling on Amazon? Why not other platforms? What were your thoughts about it before you started? I actually would try and resell stuff on eBay, but that didn't feel like a real business. Amazon felt like a real business, and I'm glad I chose Amazon because of how much bigger Amazon is, how many more buyers they have, how many more sales they have. Also, the number of sellers on Amazon is way, way lower than eBay. Walmart, I feel like, doesn't have enough volume at all. Amazon's kind of just the best option. And it has a ranking system which we know how to manipulate and do a bunch of things on. So, Richard's last question. One more question from Richard. Says, do you feel the Z06 you had was uncontrollable or too powerful? I wish it was all-wheel drive. If it was, I mean, I still like the car a lot, and it's better than GTR. People ask me why I don't like the GTR. There's a couple questions on there. Transmission, super clunky, doesn't shift well, feels super cheap, feels like there's something wrong with the car at all times. So Z06, a little bit, the back wheels even giving it like 60 or 70% power, going like 10 or 20, the wheels would slide out. I never felt like it was unsafe in a sense of too much power, but you can tell it couldn't put it all down. Still, feels faster than a GTR to me, too. Let's see, let's get to the next one. Evan Zumwalde again. I didn't even know that we had multiple questions from people. Found a really good opportunity on Amazon. The only problem is that all the products are basically the same, just different colors and lengths. What would you do? Always try and differentiate on Amazon when you're choosing a product, guys. You never want the same thing as everyone else. If you don't feel you can add something to make it better, look to bundle it with something. Look under frequently purchased together. What supercar do I want next? I'm torn. I don't know if I want the Aventador SV or SV Roadster or a 720S and keep the Huracan, or if there's something new on the way. I've heard things about the Aventador. Like, it feels like a boat, single clutch, I don't know. 720S, it's kind of soft feeling. I like the aggressive Lamborghini. Not as much like the Ferrari. McLaren's kind of soft, but I've never seen it in person. But I hear it's insane to drive, so we will have to see. I'm not sure yet. Leaning towards the Aventador. John Nibb says, what pushed you to be where you are today, and what did you do to face self-doubt? Pushing me to be where I am today is just, I always try and get better and grow. So my favorite thing is seeing progress. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm always trying to progress. So that's kind of the main thing of where it keeps going up and up and up, and it will keep going. As far as self-doubt, going to the gym originally helped me with that before I got into entrepreneurship and just confidence in that. And then it translates over a little bit. And then once you learn and start doing, then that kind of starts to go away. Even when you're doing it and you're not doing that good, even if you're making $100, you're still making money from doing it, which most people can't. So as soon as you start, that will kind of go away. So you just got to, like I said before, take action. That's the #1 thing. Amish Acorns says, what do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? For example, what do you think you'll still be doing? FBA, affiliate marketing, maybe move towards real estate investment properties? So I honestly have no idea. I don't even know what I'm doing next year. I know I want to continue YouTube. That's going to be the main thing. Continue Amazon for as long as I can. Same with affiliate marketing. And try and automate those more and move towards bigger things like real estate and whatnot. But the power of a following and monetizing it is insane. So it's going to be a lot of working with investments, doing higher end things like consulting and whatnot around those fields. So 10 years though, I have no clue. No idea. That's the hard part. Joey Diazon says, what process did you use to scale your Amazon selling, and how long did it take for you to decide to diversify with products? I diversify as soon as I get the money to. When I first started, I would start another one. All my money was reinvested. I wouldn't take any out. Process to scale. Find a product, get it selling well, doing decent. Start another one when you have the money. That's the only thing I did to scale. Johnny Suwamu, sure, says, too lazy to see if it's been asked. What's your daily food intake? Seems like you have a lot when you're bulking. At the end of my bulk last year when I was like 220, 225, I was eating 5,000 calories to maintain. Right now I'm probably at about 4,200 and I'm like 203, getting about a quarter pound a week gaining. Thoughts on college? If you want to do something like a doctor, something psychology that requires a degree, go. If your goal is to make money and not have a ceiling to how much you can make and not work 9 to 5, then obviously I would say don't go to school. Use courses at school. I mean, yeah. Chris Bowden says, will you ever try starting business selling on Shopify or eBay, even Walmart? It's hard to get into. I've gotten approved by Walmart. I haven't really taken advantage of it. I don't really want to jump into any of those. Midlife Entrepreneur says, what motivates you? Not the money or cars. These are results from your hard work. What's the factor that drives your desire? It's a hard one. Just overall being happy. And I don't know. That's pretty much it. That's the thing behind anything, is just being happier. Let's see. Drives your desire. Yeah, just ultimate happiness. Matthias 0209 says, can you affiliate market in Europe, and how old do you have to be? You can be any age and you can do it from anywhere in the world. Harshal Shaban says, why you invest your money in buying cars? It could be possible that amount of money could be invested in business. Please answer. The amount of money I've made from my Lamborghini is more than I'll pay for the Lamborghini and more than a return I would have gotten from putting it into my business. It is put into my business. The car is part of my business. The amount of videos, views, and whatnot. My biggest video that makes me about $1,500 a month just from YouTube alone is my Lamborghini video. One of my Lamborghini videos. So it was an investment. It's already paid for itself. One of the greatest investments I could have done. And I plan on getting into other investments. As far as my business, I don't have a need to put $100,000 into my business. It doesn't require money much. So as of right now, that's why. And I'm going to get into real estate and other investments soon, as I have been. Alonzo Truman says, as an LLC, what are some of the things you will be writing off in taxes? There's so much stuff. I'll be making a more in-depth video on this, but any food you go get when you're with your business partner, so every time me and Ryan go get Chipotle, write off. Any supplies, any driving. For my Range Rover, because of the weight it is, it gets accelerated depreciation as far as a business vehicle, so I think I write off 89% of it first year. Different things like that. I will let you guys know more. It's not about write-offs when you're trying to save money on taxes. It's about, okay, I have this money, now I got to move it over here. It's all about deferring the taxes. So I can invest this money before it's taxed, and that won't get taxed, and then it's just moving your money around more so than write-offs. No, I'm not writing off the Lamborghini. Asking to get audited. Anyone who does is stupid. Oh, gosh. Eliezer Perez says, can you subscribe to my channel? What's your best advice for young entrepreneurs in terms of being successful in life? Get started. Start doing something. Don't jump around each month to something different. Stick with one thing for at least 6 months. If you stick with something a year, there's no way you're going to fail at it for a year straight. Unless you're dumb. No, but for real, stick with something for a while. Pick what it is. If you know it works, stick with it. Figure out what you're doing wrong till it works. And take action. No one starts. Everyone just asks. Ollie Smith says, some believe you are a scammer. What do you think, and do you have any solid information to back this up? My car, shown my bank account 1,000 times, shown my Amazon sales 1,000 times. As far as a scam, I don't think people know how to use the word scam. If I'm selling a course and people don't like it, it's not a scam. I said I was selling you a course. You bought a course, you got the course. Not a scam. People don't know how to use that word. Everything I do legit. Look at all my students and look at the success stories. People see how much I make and they're like, oh, scam. Learn what the word means. Louise Too Tall. Is it possible to buy a Nissan GTR like yours just from selling on Amazon? Yes. That's how I bought my Lamborghini. Let's see. We got a couple more, guys. Lil Miles 44. If you had to start over, what would you do different? Honestly, I wouldn't really do anything different. I wouldn't do anything different. I'd do the same thing. Just get started sooner on YouTube and building the followings. It's so powerful. I mean, I wouldn't do anything different except start sooner. So again, taking action. What a surprise. It's going to be the theme of this video. How do you maintain a healthy relationship personally in your life with your girlfriend, and do you constantly get involved in what she enjoys doing? I try to. That's something I'm not good at. As far as healthy relationship, I mean, it's not like what I do is super time consuming. I have a lot of free time, so that's not an issue. The hardest thing for me is getting my mind out of what I'm doing. So like with my thinking and kind of my time, I'm very selfish, if that makes sense. So there's always stuff I'm doing on my mind. So I have to try and focus on her stuff more than mine, even though it's always in the back of my head. So that's the hardest thing for me. And that's kind of like the biggest issue we have. Let's see. Is that the last question? That was the last question, guys. So do you guys want to see more of these? If you do, drop some comments for the next one. If you don't, say, I don't want to see more of these. They sucked. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below. And if you are new, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys tomorrow.